Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success, while you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. All right. Good morning, everybody. We are in the streaming mindset now. Thank you to Shia LaBeouf. I appreciate him. Okay, this morning we're going to be working on refining left-hand technique and specifically working on, there's still a little bit of slice that's going on with my hand. And so I'm going to try and work on that. I'm not playing with the right hand today because, I don't know if you can see it, there's still a bruise here. It hasn't gone away, and honestly, like, my hand on Saturday, like, I was doing aim training and it started to like spasm out. It was really weird. So I was like, okay, I need to like take a full break, no drumming, no nothing. So yeah, this hand is gonna just kind of like hang out today. So we are going to be warming up with one of the free play-alongs on my website, jaredoleary.com/drum. And we're specifically going to scroll down past all of the chop stuff, past all of the 710 grid variations, and we're going down into the technique, and we're clicking on Rebound. Now, every single one of the play-alongs actually has timestamps in the description. You can jump to whatever BPM you want, and that will allow you to practice at a specific tempo that you would like to play at. So we're going to start at 80, and we'll make this full screen. And I'm specifically focusing on the left hand today and trying to get it so it stops slicing. So I marched traditional for many years, and now I'm playing match. So I'm trying to relearn technique, get it to match my right. I'm just going for a nice fluid rebound. Dog's making weird noises off camera, like running into stuff. All right, so I switched it so that the stick is now on the outside of the left hand. So I'll be switching it throughout today's stream. Again, just working on that straight up and down while trying to get a nice wrist bend. That click is my ring. Might need to take the ring off, honestly. Just so it doesn't get that extra click sound. Okay, so now I'm going to do this again, but I'm going to do it lower heights. And we'll change it so that the stick is on the inside of the stick now. So again, shifting positions. So still trying to get a nice fast velocity stroke. Now, the way that this exercise is written in the description, where it's talking about it, is using a very fast rebound. So throwing it into the head and having it rebound out as fast as possible, like this. So you trying to get a very loud stroke that almost teleports down and back up. Switch to the other side. My right hand keeps sliding. Okay, we're going to do one more rep, and then I'm going to stretch and massage, and then I'm going to focus on accent taps and refining the left hand with those. Okay, we're going to change the camera angle and not use the guiding stick. Again, going for a fast rebound. Take a look at it. Make sure it's going straight up and down. Still got a slight angle to it. Something to work on. Okay, now I'm going to stretch and massage. So we'll go ahead and switch to that angle. If you're in widescreen, it's switching. If you're in vertical, it didn't switch. Okay, so we're going to hold the sticks like this. Palm up. And you pull in. And then you follow through, and you push out. This is a wonderful stretch. Highly recommend it, 10 out of 10. And then you go back out the way that you came. Now, if you do traditional, rotate. Let me show you this angle. Rotate here and hold, and then rotate the other direction and hold. But I don't do that anymore, so I'm not going to do that. Now, normally what I do is I would stretch the tendons 2 at a time, like this, or on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. But because I don't want to like mess with my right arm right now, I just want to let it heal, I am going to only stretch the left hand. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it on Twitch. Good morning. Okay, so we're holding this, and it's getting a nice stretch here in the tendons. I am good. And you? Next, what we're going to do is stretch the top side of the forearm. So again, you could do here. You could do it on the wall, but this one is the higher you go, the deeper the stretch. But I'm not going to demonstrate that, so I'm just going to do the left hand only. So we're just kind of giving like a nice gentle pull toward you, so that way it gives you a nice stretch right here. Don't overdo it with these stretches. You don't want to break stuff. That'd be bad. Next up, we're going to stretch the fingers. So normally what I do is 2 at a time, but I don't want to stretch anything on my right hand, so I'm only going to do this one. Do I play songs? No. So I practice and talk about how to improve. So this is more educational than it is entertainment. But I mean, technically I play through exercises like I was just playing through this one. It's called Rebound. If it'll load. Apparently YouTube's going slow. So like today we're talking about how to refine left hand motion with the wrist technique that I'm using and get it so that it matches the right hand. I have an injury in the right, so I am intentionally giving my right hand a break and just focusing on the left. Bump. More of that after we stretch and massage. So again, we're just going one finger at a time, just giving it a nice gentle stretch. Holding it here for as long as you need to. Till it feels like saturation point. Cool, it's stretched enough. do also play the drums. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do thumb on top, and I'm going to do fingers underneath. And that feels great. So I'm massaging right now, just kind of working my way along this. Oof. And normally I would switch over to the right-hand side and do the same thing on the other side. But again, there's this like bruise here. It's kind of hard to see in the lighting. But I don't want to make that worse. I'd like my tendons to work normally. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is massage the back side of the hand, and then the thumb is going to massage the palm. So we're getting this nice and relaxed. We want to have nice and healthy hands. Otherwise, you won't be able to play for an extended period of time. Ask me how I know. And this one, because it's just in the hand, I feel comfortable enough to be able to massage the other one, so we'll do that. I don't know why my voice got all raspy. I think I need some water. Okay. Now that we've massaged the hand and the palm and whatnot, what I'm going to do is massage from the base to the tip of the fingers at least 2 times. Maybe 3 or 4, depends on how the finger's feeling. Like that one felt like I needed 3. Little pop ASMR. Okay. Switching to the other one. Again, you're just kind of working your way up the finger. Ooh. And then we'll get back into drumming here in a moment. Okay. That. Now, if you go back to the link that's at the top of the screen, jaredoleary.com/drum, that's where you can find all of these play-alongs. There's 1,800 hours of free drumming content on here. There's a bunch of chop exercises. Some of these are playlists, like this one I think has 9 variations in it, something like that. There's stuff for working on limb independence. There are charts for drum kits. There's 710 grid variations. There's a bunch of live streams, all the prior practice sessions that I streamed, as well as all the little tips that I pull out as excerpts from those streams. And then some technique exercises. There's actually like 30 more technique exercises coming in like 2 months, I think. I'm scheduled pretty far out. And then there's 138 marching bass exercises, so plenty of stuff to keep you and I busy for a while. Now, I release a new one every single day, so stay tuned for more and more and more. All right, so we're going to be working on grid. And so last time I did it with 16th note. Let's just like change it up a wee bit, and we'll do triplet. And so we're going to do the stock version all on just the left hand. And again, in the timestamps, you can jump to whatever BPM you want. We're just going to go ahead and slow this all the way down to 40. Here we go. Okay. Keeping the stick here as a guiding post. This is the grind. It's not very entertaining, but I'm actively just trying to improve and kind of sharing how I do that. I've been playing for 25 years. Still have plenty to work on. Especially with the left. That wrist bend, so we want the wrist to move when we're doing this. Oops, let's put this on the outside. Switches to this on the inside. These tap-offs takes forever. Checking out the side profile to make sure that it is guiding up and down straight all the way. You can also listen for it when you're playing. You should hear that slight scrape on it, like you're starting fire. Oops. Stick keeps sliding. Okay, let's go back to here. I'm doing little check-ins in between the tap-offs, or while the tap-off's going, I guess, just to see how the wrist looks. Okay, let's pause this. So the technique that I'm going for is a wrist bend. So I want my wrist to actively move up and down when I'm playing, as opposed to like a finger approach. And so this gives you more power. It does not play, you won't be able to play as fast as you would with, like, if you're just using finger technique, but it gives you more power out of the stroke, which is great for rudimental and whatnot, so you can actually be heard. You can apply the wrist approach with finger, but it's harder to go from wrist or from finger to wrist. So it's something that you can add in on the very fast stuff and then go back to like the powerful strokes. Okay, so when I'm doing this, my left hand had a tendency of kind of like doing a weird, like wonky, where like the outside moved first and then the wrist moved like this. This is a very exaggerated version of this. But you can see me like slow down the replay on last week's streams a couple of times where I'd put it at like 25% speed, and you're able to watch it, and it kind of looked like this. I also have a tendency right now of my left hand is flatter than my right hand. So my right hand has nice, comfortable technique, but that's technique that I was using when I marched. But my left hand when I marched was using traditional grip. So now I'm switching over to this, or have been for the last few years, and it still has a lot to work on, so we're finding that. So we're trying to get the right and the left to match, so it's not like this and like, I don't know, finger French technique or something like that. Okay, so that's bad. So that's what we're working on with this. Let's play it. And let's move to the stick to the outside. These tap-offs take forever. Whoops. A little extra flavoring there with that rim shot. Hope you enjoyed that. Okay. Switching it to the inside. I want to make sure that my wrist is still bending on the small interior notes. This is kind of what I'm focusing on. Moving to the outside. My throat feels all funny. We went to a haunted house on Saturday, and it was out in like a dirt field, in a cornfield. Like it had a corn maze and whatnot, and everybody walking through the lines to the different haunted houses, like, kicked up a lot of dust, and still got crud in my lungs. It's fun though. I'm gonna keep it on the outside because I feel like this one needs the most work at the moment. Like it's not as straight up and down. When I do this one, whoops, talking screws me up quite often while streaming. Getting better at it because I'm practicing it. Okay, we're going to do this again, except this time we're going to do it without the guidance and without the music showing. Let's watch that. So we are going to, we'll go here. We'll go there. And we'll go here. And we're going to mute myself. And we're going to back it up and play it at quarter speed. Okay. So we're just going to watch specifically for, well, what can I continue to refine and whatnot with my technique. So waiting for the tap off. Just kind of playing some press strokes and buzzes. Here we go. Okay, so I have a very relaxed hold right here. You can see the stick vibrating, which is great. I've got a video on the link at the top of the screen that kind of talks about that. That's good. The wrist is not as flat as it was in the past. Like, obviously, I can't compare it to my right hand right now, but it looks better overall. And the wrist is bending here on the inside. It's going up and down, which is great. And it looks more fluid right here with this line, it doesn't look like what I was talking about earlier, where like the outside would kind of like move and then the inside of the hand would like move with it, like a weird outside initiated rotation. What it looked like when I was playing is it is straight. It's better with how the vertical stroke looks like, so it's not going in that oval shape that it was last week. So we'll see that here in a second when I shift positions and shift camera angles. Let me check something real quick. Test. Okay. Make sure the audios work. And switch in position here. Yeah, so good wristband. So we want this to go straight up and down. I'm at a slight angle. I could have been a little, like it's not a perfect angle. Like this should be a straight line here. But yeah, that looks a lot better than it did last week. So we've got some improvement here, which is great. Efforts are paying off. And I also want to make sure I'm not using like a pump with the arm. I'm really trying to focus on getting those interior notes low with just wrist. Yeah, so improvement there. Cool, good. That's what we want. So let's go back here, and we'll play through this again. A little bit faster, though. Let me get water first. My throat feels funny. Maybe I'm getting sick. I don't know. I think it's just the haunted houses. Too dusty. Whoa. Double clicked on accident. Okay, I'm going to keep it on the outside again. And again, I'm trying to focus on those interior notes. Switching the stick to the inside. let's do outside again. Having an internal debate about which one I should do. At the top, where it's not straight. That's better. I don't know if you can hear that. A little ASMR experience while playing. Alright, let's go 5 more clicks. Switch to the interior. Bad attack. I got bored with tap-offs. Done enough of them in my life. It's looking better, which is good. All right, switch it to the outside. The interior feels better than the exterior. Cut. Try it again. Too busy focusing on checking out something with my hands. Okay, let's check it out here. Still slight angle. Yeah, so it's coming in toward me at the top. So this is like an exaggerated version, I can't speak, of the slice that's happening. So I'm actually going to put the stick on the inside again and make sure that this is straight up and down. Oops. case you're playing along, I encourage you to do so. Stick keeps sliding. Let's check it out here. It's getting better. Okay, improvement. Success. Water break. Drop my stick. There's like little shavings of the stick tape on the pad. do that angle. A little off there on the camera angle. Let's see. So if we go from 70 to 80, so that's only about 6 minutes. Yeah, let's do that. That's good timing. I have a hard stop today after the Fortnite streams. So I'll make sure I plan for that. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get this angle down right. Switching to the outside. Okay, not bad. It's getting better. Improvement. I don't know how it's going to look when it's like diddles and flams and it's twice as fast, etc. So stay tuned, folks. I like totally just forgot the ending. Whoopsies. Been playing it how many times in my life? It's because I was focused on something else. Drumming is mostly mental. Consistency is mostly mental, I should say. Okay, let's take a look at this. Whoops. All right, so tomorrow I will pick this back up at 80-ish. So if anyone's curious, if you just joined in, there's 710 grid variations and 1,800 hours of free drumming content on the link at the top of the screen, jaredoleary.com/drum. So there's a bunch of chop exercises. Some of these are playlists, like this one has like 9 variations in it. Limb independent stuff for drum kits, some charts for reading. There's, again, 300 triplet grid variations, 410 16th note grid variations. All my prior live streams, all the excerpts that I pull out of like helpful tips and whatnot, and then a bunch of chop or technique exercises rather. Now, if you're curious what kind of sticks I use or like the books I recommend, if you click on this, it'll take you to the percussion section of my gear page. And you can jump to like, okay, well, what hardware or practice pads or sticks? So like it's got a bunch of different recommendations in here that you'll often see me use in these streams, all the pads I'm using, the sticks I'm using, etc. And then if you scroll all the way up, you can see like, well, here's all the mic and audio equipment. Like here's the mixer, here are my 2 microphones, etc. These are affiliate links, so I get a small kickback for it from Amazon, but it's like around 4%. So if you spend $100, I get $4, and it's no cost to you. So appreciate everybody who's used these links so far. It does help me out. I did quit my job to create content, so any little bit helps. Now let's talk about something real quick. So pull this up. Let me get the right stick angle. So if you notice when you're playing and if you're playing, you notice that you're having a slice like this, or even if you're doing traditional grip and you kind of have this outward angle rather than going straight up and down, one way that you can fix that is putting your stick on the outside of your stick and just hold this straight up, and then when you practice everything, you'll have a straight up and down motion when you're working on this. If you notice that you have like an inward slice or angle when you're doing this, just put your stick on the inside of it and go straight up and down. So either outside or the inside, either of them will help you out. Just make sure that when you're doing this that you have it vertical when you're doing it. You don't want to practice it without a slight angle, and then you're going to reinforce having a slicing motion with your playing, etc., like this or other direction. So that's how you can fix some slice when you're drumming. Okay. Again, thank you, everybody who stopped by. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. And jaredoleary.com/drums, where you can find all of this stuff. I'm going to tear down and get ready for some gaming. So we're going to be doing some Fortnite here in a little bit, doing some solos after I warm up on Rumble. And you can find all of the gaming stuff on my /game page, as well as like the full streams where I actually include the stats for every one of the matches. So like I got a win with like 2 kills. Maybe you don't want to watch that one, but if I got a win with like 15 kills, maybe you want to watch that one, etc. And then all the highlights. If you click on this, then it shows you there are 68 highlights. If you don't want to go to my website, that's totally fine. On my YouTube channel, you can just go to the playlist or go onto the home screen, and this is where you can find just the drumming stuff, just the gaming stuff, and just the computer science education stuff, all neatly organized. And when you click on it, boom, it expands and you only see the playlist for all the drumming content, so all neatly organized. But I'm going to call it here, and I'm going to get ready for a Fortnite stream. We'll start here in like 20 or 30 minutes, so stay tuned for that. And again, I appreciate you all for stopping by, but goodbye.